Hi everyone, I'm meteorologist Rusty McCranie, and welcome to Weather Express. It's your weather in 5 minutes. Start the clock. Friends, we've got numerous storms today for the central and the eastern side of the U.S. We've got a lot of wind along the west coast and the potential for tropical development over Florida as we get closer to the 4th of July weekend. We got a boundary that extends from the southern plains back into the Great Lakes, another warm front into the Ohio Valley, moving into the northeast. We've seen thunderstorms kind of cluster from time to time along those boundaries. Nothing is very organized for today, but there's going to be some pockets of strong to severe storms. Winds are going to be the main threat. An isolated tornado is not out of the question. Temperatures here from the Great Lakes to the Ohio Valley, the Northeast, range anywhere from the upper 70s to even the low to mid 90s. An area that we've had some active weather today near the Baltimore area. We had one tornado warning. We've had some thunderstorm wind gust damage reported in the Kingsville area. We've also had additional severe storms Philadelphia up towards the Trenton area as well. When I bring on those local storm reports, the yellows are going to be your hail icons, and then the blues are all the wind gusts here. Baltimore, portions of Delaware into New Jersey, and the eastern sides of Pennsylvania. Now in the southeast, we're getting our typical summer storms, but there is an enhancement to that in Florida because there's an upper level low over the northern side of the Bahamas, and that broad counterclockwise spin is producing numerous storms. There's also this yellow area that is the 20% chance of tropical development from the National Hurricane Center late this weekend into the weekend. It could be a very wet, stormy forecast for Florida and the beaches, coastal Georgia and the Carolinas in the coming days, as at least there's an opportunity for some spin along a frontal boundary that's going to be stalling out over the East Gulf and the Western Atlantic. Thunderstorms are developing right now from West Texas back into central sides of Oklahoma. It's a warm day there. Some temperatures that are in the triple digits in a couple of spots. These are the wind gusts in miles an hour. Nothing outrageous until you get to Albuquerque, and then you have, friends, winds that have been nearly 70 miles an hour today in the Albuquerque area. Is that related to any thunderstorms? Well, this is what it looks like right now. And the answer is yes. Thunderstorms are developing and actually back building to the west, right over the Albuquerque area. So New Mexico has been wet and stormy, and a broad overall spin here in the four corners, and especially back into central sides in southern Colorado. We've had a couple of severe storms for today. Now, underneath a big ridge of high pressure, you have excessive heat. And by excessive heat, I mean 115 plus in a couple of areas of Arizona, Southern California, at least up to 105 to 110 in Vegas and the southern sides of Nevada. It's been hot along the West Coast in general. I mean, you've got some temperatures here that are extremely high. Redding, California, about 100 for a daytime high. Even Seattle today hit 80 degrees. The interesting thing about this is when I bring on the wind gusts, you see these red areas? These are winds of over 40 miles an hour pushing into portions of coastal Oregon. So Eugene, south, but right along the coastline as well. Pretty active weather there. This is going to be the overall advisories from the National Weather Service offices. You've got some heat advisories here. You've got the wind advisories. But you notice that nothing is extremely concentrated for today. When we take a look at the overall risk for severe storms, it's just that marginal risk that kind of follows those boundaries that I've already mentioned. And again, the yellow is your 20% chance for tropical development. The risk for severe storms for tomorrow does extend a little bit farther to the east, and there is a slight risk area for tomorrow back into portions of Virginia and Maryland, and the eastern sides of Pennsylvania, portions of Delaware and New Jersey as well. These are the areas I'll be monitoring for the most excessive possibility for some strong to severe storms for your Tuesday. So let's get into the models. This is going to be the high resolution rapid refresh model. And as I'm loading that up, appreciate you taking a quick second and liking and subscribing to the channel. So let's follow these storms as they work their way off to the east. Now, the biggest cluster again will be moving through the southern Ohio Valley, the Appalachians, and into the mid-Atlantic states and portions of the Northeast as we go throughout the day tomorrow. Winds are going to be the biggest threats. Winds of over 60 miles an hour. Can't rule out a couple of isolated tornadoes as well. Scattered thunderstorms wind developing back down into the southeast. Now, this is the boundary that will ultimately stall out over the eastern Gulf and the western lake, right over the peninsula of Florida, where we could start to see some tropical development. This is still that upper level low. we're going to not see any potential development until at least Thursday or Friday, but it could be a very wet, stormy weekend along Florida's Gulf Coast and the East Coast as well. We're also going to see this broad spin over West Texas that could promote additional stronger storms there and trying to cool things off with a couple of scattered showers in the inner out west, but the bigger story out west is still going to be the heat. Here's the opportunity for severe weather for Wednesday. And again, there are a few strong storms from the eastern side of Oregon to Big Sky Country. And again, more isolated severe weather here into the southeast, still again highlighting that 20% chance of tropical development towards the 4th of July. Friends, I'm out of time. Appreciate you making Weather Express a part of your daily routine. Thanks for taking a quick second and liking and subscribing to the channel. We'd love to hear from you guys in the comment section below as well. Have a great rest of your day. I'm back tomorrow with your latest 5-minute forecast.